Welcome back to the Belt. This is upload 2 of the One Piece upload week. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about Aokiji and why he's not evil, as some people might say. Right? So, there will be spoilers, I guess, for the manga and the latest chapters in this. So, when I get to that point, I'll say, spoiler warning or whatever. But let's get into it. So, first off, Aokiji, he's not evil, right? A lot of people say he's evil because, he joined Blackbeard's crew, and Blackbeard is a menace. He is evil for all the stuff that he does, right? And they ask, why would he? Well, there's something very important because of the government, right? Not saying that he's, undercover or something. That could work. I can see how Oda might write it that he was undercover the whole time. He was trying to help the Navy. Maybe he was a part of something sort of like Sword. But no, I don't think he would do something like that. In my opinion, when, Akainu became the fleet admiral, he saw that justice wasn't what it really was, also being under the Celestial Dragons probably. And all the stuff that the government was doing, because the government's really shady. So I'm guessing that he decided to join a crew to, try to fix the world in a sort of way, and in that aspect he went with one of the Yonko, because they have the biggest influence, and maybe he is trying to cause a big shake in the One Piece world. Maybe he's trying to mess stuff up in order to expose the truth, the lies that the government is saying. A lot of people do not know a lot of stuff. Like Imu is the top of the world. He controls everything when nobody's supposed to sit in the throne. The government does a lot of shady things, and since the start we saw that Aokiji, he does what he wants. If he doesn't see you doing something wrong, he doesn't really want to take you in. Like when he was fighting against the Straw Hats, he didn't really take Luffy in because he didn't see him doing anything really wrong. He didn't really care at the moment. He does his own thing, and a lot of people might confuse him joining it as him being evil, but that's just not his character since the start. Since we've seen him, he's been a sort of a nice guy. He joined the Marines. He's doing what he's doing. He doesn't seem like one of those corrupted people, And I think in this fight, we're gonna get into spoiler territories now. In this fight with Garp, we're gonna learn some new information. It's either he might, switch up on Blackbeard, and finally come back to the Marines, as a lot of people are saying and speculating that might happen. He might switch back and become a Marine again because maybe he was just undercover and getting intel on Blackbeard because they want to stop him. He's a huge threat. He has Whitebeard's fruit. He climbed to the top very quickly because of the stuff he was setting up. He freed all the prisoners. He's a big threat. Blackbeard is a big threat, right? So maybe it's that. I can accept that. If Oda writes it, I know that it'll make sense and it'll come out as true. I just don't see that one as being the reason. I think it's more of, in the fight, Garp will say, why are you doing this? Why did you leave the Marines to join a pirate's crew? And then Aokiji will be like, the government is corrupt. Just how you didn't want to become an admiral. I didn't want to still be working under that, government that I was working under, and I don't want to work under Akainu because I do not like the way that he runs things. And being an admiral under the fleet admiral, I have to listen to him. I think it's gonna be something more like that. And I think Garp will see it, because Garp is also a good guy. I think he'll understand that aspect, but the fight will continue on. I don't think he's just going to switch up and move on. I think he's going to tell his plan of how he's going to, take down this government so a new one can be built. The government can be built anew. We can change the government, take the people that are in power out of power and get different people there. People who have the right mindset and the right thoughts and things that work towards peace and a better government. Because right now, yes, there's peace in a lot of locations, but it's not real peace. It's just fake. It doesn't work. You know, the Marines, they do their best. You know, people who become Marines, they're not all evil. You know, we have some outliers like Axehand Morgan. He was evil. But then we have people like Kobe Garp. You know, people who care. People who want to make a difference. Tashigi, Smoker, they want to make a difference. But, you know, that's not how it always works, because when there's good, there's also bad. So we need to take this government out of power, especially when it's not a democracy. You know, I think that's how he's seeing it. Especially, maybe he doesn't know about Emu, right? Because a lot of people do not know about Emu. Most people do not know about Emu, but maybe he knows some other things, and also he doesn't like being under the celestial dragons who have slaves and can change, you know, anything on a whim. They could be walking down the street, not like something, and just get rid of that whole street, kick everybody out. I don't think he likes that form of government, especially also, you know, being under a Kainu. So I think what he really wants to do is switch up the whole way the world is working, you know, and change everything. That is my opinion on Aokiji at this point. You know, it could change. Maybe this whole time, you know, he just got tired of it. Wanted to change and become something else, become a pirate. But I just don't see it in his character after being a Marine for so long and trying to make a difference and make a change, that he would switch so drastically to become an evil pirate on an evil crew. Because no matter how you look at it, pirates are already, you know, so-called evil. You know, some are nice, like, you know, how Luffy and his crew are. They help, but they're still pirates. So they're the bad guys at the end of the day. But as you can see, pirates are the ones that are, you know, helping these islands the most, freeing these islands. You know, Doflamingo was on his island and nobody took action until Luffy came. He freed that island. And he might be a pirate, he might have done it his own way, but he freed the island. And I think that's the same path that Aokiji is going to take. You know, he's going to do evil to, you know, get to a point where it's good. And that is just my opinion on it. If you have any other opinions on the matter, you know, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel, what you think about this. And yeah, that's basically the end of the video. So peace.